Hi, here's a short practice incorporating the postures that we've been using for strength in our asana work. So these are mainly standing postures. Let's come up to stand and start off with feet about hip width apart. Hopefully you can see that as I raise arms, I'm also going to raise heels as well. And then lower heels and arms down to halfway, hovering before raising heels and arms up, and lower arms and heels down together. Using a breath in to raise heels and arms, a breath out to come to halfway, a breath in to raise up again, a breath out to lower down. Let's go through one more time. A breath in to raise heels and arms, and move to halfway. Some balance challenge. Raising arms and heels again. Exhale to lower down. And that idea of halfway is what we'll use in Uttanasana, a forward bend. Let's use some movement in and out of Uttanasana to begin with, and then use the idea of the half forward bend. So arms could go sideways, but because we're thinking a little bit more about strength, then as I go into Uttanasana, then taking arms forwards. Inhale to come up to halfway. Exhale to take arms down again into Uttanasana. Inhale to lead with arms coming up. Let's repeat that. Arms coming up to halfway. Back into a forward bend with the arms down. Inhale to stand again. So we're going to add a little variation into our Ardha Uttanasana. Inhale to halfway. Exhale to stay there. Inhale to sweep arms forwards. Exhale into Uttanasana, arms down. And inhale to come back up to stand and lower arms down. So some ideas about adding some strength in Ardha Uttanasana. Okay. Let's use some warrior pose, warrior one, warrior two, and also some strength in extended angle. So if we turn the right leg out, step forwards with the left. Come into Virabhadrasana 1 and move out of it. So a little bit of preparation work here, moving in and out of warrior pose. Use another movement. Inhale to raise arms. And this time from warrior pose, then bring arms forwards. Inhale, turn to the right. Adjust the feet as you want to get into a good position for warrior two. Lean to the left side, and rather than resting on the leg, then take the hand to point down. The other arm's going to point up here. It's just nicer for the shoulders to be able to do that. You could take the arm over if you wanted to. Stay to take a breath. Return back to warrior two. Exhale to bring the right arm towards the left again. Inhale to raise arms. Exhale to lower, straighten the leg. Going through that again. Warrior one. Exhale, hands in front. Inhale, turn to the right. Leaning to the left as you exhale, but without resting. So you're holding yourself there as you take a breath. And come back up. Inhale as you come up. Exhale, bring the right arm forwards. Inhale, raise arms. Exhale, lower down. Stepping back from there. Ooh, that's a big stride. Okay, so repeating the same thing to the other side, turning the left leg out. Step forwards with the right. Start off with some movements to just move into hips and spine and shoulders. Few movements to give us comfort in all of the joints that we're going to move into next. So a breath in to come into warrior one. Exhale, arms out in front. Inhale, turn to the left. Adjust the legs as you want to. Leaning to the right. And here again, without resting, we're going to stay and take a breath. Inhale as we come up. Exhale, bring the left arm forwards. Inhale, take the arms upwards. And exhale, lower down. Going through the sequence again, breath in. Warrior one, exhale, arms forwards. Inhale, turn to the left. Exhale, lean to the right leg without resting. So holding yourself there as you take a breath. Coming back up, breath in. Exhale, bring the left arm forwards. Inhale to raise arms. Exhale to lower, straightening the front leg. And then stepping back. That's a big stride. Okay. Stand with feet about hip width apart next. So we'll use a half squat movement. There's quite a lot of halves in this one, half squat, taking us into a twist. And some of this is about holding our legs in that half squat movement. So let's take arms upward, breath in. Bring the hands together to touch. Hopefully you can see that. Into our half squat movement, we're taking the hands in front. Inhale as we stay there. Exhale, turn to one side and let the elbow come forwards. Inhale back to the centre. Exhale to the opposite side, elbow coming forwards. Inhale to the centre and up. Exhale to lower arms down. Repeating through that sequence, we'll add some arm movements into our twist as well. So exhale to our half squat, stay and take a breath in. Exhale as we turn to the side. Inhale to extend arms. Exhale to bring hands back together. Inhale to the centre and up. Exhale to the other side. Breath in to extend arms. Breath out, bring the hands back together. Inhale to the centre and up. Exhale to lower arms down to the sides. And now the same sequence again with a stay, perhaps a breath or 2 breaths to each side, depending on how strong you're feeling. Taking the hands down, take a breath in. Exhale to turn to the side. Inhale to extend arms up and down. Stay and take a breath there. Inhale to the center, we'll stand. Exhale to the opposite side. Inhale to extend arms and stay and take a breath. Inhale to the center and up. And exhale to lower arms down to finish. Okay, so again, let your breath settle and feel comfortable back in Samastiti. To finish off this short practice, then use some strength in arms and shoulders. I think this is a nice, easy way of adding a little bit of strength work into arms. It also encourages us to move into wrists as well. It's easy to do. You don't need to do anything complicated. All you need to do is find a wall or a door, face it, stand at arm's length away so that you can bring your hands onto the wall and aim to find some wrist flexion and also to straighten the elbows there, and then leaning in towards the wall so that you're leaning towards the wall with one part of your breath and move away with the other. So it doesn't matter if you're breathing in or out here, but if you keep the rhythm steady. And if that feels straightforward, then lean into the wall. We're not resting forearms against the wall. Stay to take some breaths there. Push away when you want to. Find perhaps, we'll repeat, find perhaps that moment when arms and shoulders are kind of complaining, and that tells you that they're ready to be moved. And then you can repeat when they've recovered a little. A few times is great. Or of course you can carry on with the movement rather than the staying. Push away from the wall, let arms come down. Maybe shake out arms after that. And I think it's enough to probably finish with this sequence that's taken us about a quarter of an hour. So come back to standing. Let the arms hang towards the sides. Find a good, steady, comfortable posture to work with here.